Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back. That was exactly what you wanted in the beginning. To Up the Gut, Divisional Round Edition. Oh, damn, we getting in there. Big D edition. Oh, damn, daddy. Welcome back. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you guys so much for supporting. Thank you guys so much for sharing. Thank you guys so much for what you do. And thank me for what I do, because I am great. And thank our co-host over here, Dave, the sexiest man alive, Lopes, and Brandon, centimeter Peter Higgins. How we doing? How we doing?
Oh, good. I heard that after 4 years, they said, you know what? We have to pick somebody else just to keep it interesting. So my run as sexiest man of the year is only going to be 4 years, but I'm sure after this year they'll get me right back
They probably will. It's like a presidential term. You did your 4. They're gonna get someone else in there, realize they aren't as
in.
good, and then put you back in. And be like, we need the sexy man back.
Amen.
Oh, daddy, where have you gone?
Right?
This episode is brought to you by These Nuts. It also should not be as long as the last one of being almost 2 hours, whatever little extra stuff there. We only have 4 games to go over. Just 4. If you're out of the playoffs, we don't give a fuck because you don't matter right now.
Fuck you.
We will cover you later on. Do you have a Yell at Mel for us?
I do. I'm gonna try and keep this one short because it's people that I've yelled at. Philadelphia Eagle fans.
Fuck you guys.
First off,
Welcome to the casting couch with the rest of the teams.
Fuck pretty much your entire city. Fuck your sports team. Fuck your players. Fuck your wife. Fuck your kids and your dog too. How about that? I know you and I know a lot of good Eagle fans that like they're just good people, but they just so happen to have a mental defect that they're Eagle fans.
Unfortunately.
And I actually had one say to me through Facebook, "Oh, you're just jealous that you're not a part of the best fan base on the world." Okay. I'm not going to get into the whole you threw snowballs at Santa Claus. I'm not going to get into the whole you kind of like to piss on kids in the bathroom. I'm not going to get into the whole you had a jail cell inside of your stadium because your fans are so fucking stupid that they couldn't just stop committing crimes for 3 hours. No. The only thing I'll say is this week, George Kittle, borderline Hall of Fame tight end, really good player at the very least for the opposing team of San Francisco. If you want to boo him, you want to tell him that he sucks, you want to flip him off, you want to tell him his hair's too long or he looks like a hippie, whatever, right? You paid your ticket, you earn the right as being a fan to say that kind of stuff because that's not over the line. Well, George Kittle unfortunately tore his Achilles tendon, and he is going to be out the rest of these playoffs. He's probably going to be out for at least the beginning of next year.
Yeah.
And reports that I heard from Eagle fans themselves that were at the stadium were that the entire stadium, the fan base, was doing na 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 hey when he was getting carted off the field from an injury. What kind of sick fuck do you have to be to literally chant in celebration that somebody got injured? So for every Eagle fan that wants to try and defend that, I hope that if you have nuts or have a pecker, I hope they turn black and fall off in the fucking toilet.
And that's completely fair. That's completely fair.
You have a yellow mouth.
I do not. I mean, like, I didn't know that stuff happened at the Eagles game or anything like that. That's real shit. Imagine that happened to one of their players and somebody fucking did that. Oh my god, they would
100%
rip into them and shit like that. Yeah. It'd be absolutely horrible. Like, you guys are the worst. Philadelphia Eagles fans, excluded from the few that I know that aren't biggest pieces of shits, are the biggest piece of shit fan base in the entire fucking world. It doesn't matter. They're basically the A.J. Brown of fan bases where they fuck up and then they'll tell their coach that they're a bitch. Just like that happened on that game. I dropped the ball, you're a bitch. AJ Brown,
Mm-hmm.
you're a bitch. Other than fuck Mel Kiper Jr. because fuck Mel Kiper Jr. I got none this week. Um,
Gotcha.
and we just dive right in. Dive right
Let's do it.
in.
There's only 4 of them, baby.
Oh, there's only 4. I do love me a 4-way gangbang with a bunch of men. Many men.
Including the
Many,
NCAA championship game. There's only 8 games left.
Sadly. Very sadly. And then
Very
we're in
sad.
hell. And then it's
Yeah.
like, oh my god, do I really watch the
6
WNBA?
months of baseball.
No,
Yeah.
I don't.
You know what's funny? I was watching my my Call of Duty streamer this morning,
Yeah.
and somebody asked him if he watches basketball. He says, "No, I don't. I don't watch the NBA." And then that same person asked him if he watches the WNBA. He's like, "I don't watch the NBA. Why would I watch the boring version of the NBA?"
It's just, it's not good. It's not quality.
No, it's not.
They, have you ever seen them try to dunk? They look like I'm dunking on a 5-foot basket because I barely reach it. And I'm like, ah.
Yeah, they literally stop the game and give a round of applause if it happens. So
It's absolutely horrible. Oh my god. Anyways, speaking of, women, whatever. Anyways, first game, Bills at the Broncos. B&B, baby. We got a B&B here. Bills coming off the win of 27-24 against the Jaguars, and the Broncos had a luxurious first round bye. They got Bo Nix ready to manage a game. That's what they did. Josh Allen, like I said, was probably gonna have to be Superman. He was fucking Superman.
yeah,
That's why they got that win for the 15-yard tush push, for Christ's sakes. Although I do have to say, their last touchdown, they went full retard. Jags didn't have any touchdowns. They're on the inch line. You hike the ball, and you just go straight down. You go forward down, and you stay in the same spot, and you run another 40 seconds off the clock. You don't score and give the other team a minute left with a kicker who can kick the ball 70-plus fucking yards. You don't do it.
Right.
That was retarded. I don't care. You have
They
3 more
out.
downs after that. Because you call a timeout. You let that run all the way down. You call a timeout. You have about 20, 22 seconds, whatever the hell's left. 3 downs. And then even if you score in the next play, they only have 20 seconds or whatever to score or get in field goal range. You fucked that one up. You're lucky you won. You're lucky Trevor Lawrence threw a fucking pick at the end there. They also lost Gabe Davis with an ACL tear. And then they lost Shavers, who tore his ACL and then played 22 snaps in the second half before they realized he tore his ACL. So they don't know the severity. It may not be as bad. But now Keenan Coleman actually matters, and they're going to have to use him. So the Bills might lose this week because they have to use Keenan Coleman. Like I said, Broncos, first round bye. Maybe they'll learn how to run the ball. Maybe they took time to realize they don't need Nix to throw the ball 50 times. But we'll see. You're going to do your thing, and I have the right numbers this week. I got them right. I made sure I put them in right.
Well, Josh Allen was Superman. He did throw for 273 yards and had a touchdown. He had 2 rushing touchdowns, which really kind of saved their bacon. James Cook was still their leading rusher, rushing for 46 yards. The defense actually played not as bad as they had at times, which really kept them in it. They kept Jacksonville just a little frustrated, which was good to see because that was the big thing. One side was, does Josh Allen have enough to do it by himself? And can the defense hold? Well, they held enough.
Well, like I brought up those numbers last week. They have the number 1 pass defense, a horrible rush defense. That stayed true to this week. The pass defense is what kept them in the game, but they were giving up. They were getting gashed by the run all fucking game. Tuin, who didn't have a carry in the second half for whatever reason, had 50 yards at halftime on 4 carries. Didn't see another touch. Don't know if he got banged up or what, but they were getting gashed in the run, and they contained the pass. So.
And then Denver, they had the bye week, but Mr. Game Manager still had almost as many passing yards as that generational talent in Chicago. He 3,900 yards, 25 touchdowns, did have 11 picks, which was surprising. The leading rusher for them is still J.K. Dobbins, 772 yards.
It's. I mean, he did play late into the season, but they just like to throw it a lot.
Yeah. Speaking of that, Sutton was their leading receiver, 74 catches, a little over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. Collectively, the defense has 10 interceptions. and Nick Bonito led them in sacks with 14.
Yeah, he was a big surprise this year.
So
He really came on. I heard Von Miller wants to come back next year and play with the Broncos again. So if they want to sign him, we'll see what happens. So with these pass run and pass defense and rush defense, I'm going to keep it the end of the season because these teams didn't play, like, two of them didn't play last week, so like I'm not going to include those stats or whatever like that. So everything that I do for these is during the season, end of the season wise, like weeks 17, 18, whatever it is. So the Bills, like whatever last week, 49-51 pass run. So they pass ball 49% of the time. The Broncos, not surprising, 58-42. I like passing it a lot more. This is why J.K. Dobbins is still leading them in rushing. Yeah. They barely used Harvey, so he didn't have a lot to catch up. But also, when he was a starter, they still would pass the ball 50 times and rush it maybe 10 with him. And then the numbers for the defense and offense, the same thing. I'm going to do them at the end of the year. Just season collective. I'm not going to include the division or wild card or anything like that. Maybe I'll do them with the Super Bowl teams because I'll have all those collective games or something like that. But you have the 15th best passing offense in the Bills, 216 per game, going against the 7th best pass defense in the Broncos that let up 187 per game. So it's close. Yeah. But that Broncos pass defense is pretty good. They might target Riley Moss a lot because he got called a lot in the season for pass interference. A lot of times I don't think it was pass interference. I don't know. They're a little hard on it. I honestly think they're really fucking hard on him for whatever reason. He just got penalized so much.
He did.
The Broncos pass offense is the 11th, but they also pass it like 50, 60 times a game because they pass it 58%. This is where
Sean Payton offense.
Well, this is where you expect a team that passes the ball 58% of the time to be in that top 10, top 15. Remember the Steelers? They were number like 22, and they passed it 59% of the time. Arthur Smith, complete jackass, horrible coach. He's still there. Don't know why.
Wow.
But they have the 11th pass offense with 224 per game. And then you have that Bills number 1 pass defense with the 157 per game. Like I said, really made the difference in that Jaguars because you couldn't have Lawrence throwing up 5 TDs or anything like that. He threw like 2 picks or something. And especially that last one that he threw was a big dagger. And then you have the number 1 rush offense in the Bills with 160 per game. But then you have the number 2 rush defense with the Broncos letting up 91 yards per game. So there's another clash where they went against the number 1 rush defense last week against the Jags, and now they're going against number 2. If the Bills make it out of this, they are going to be the most tested team going into the conference finals if they make it out of this.
100%.
For the love of God. Going against these teams with like top defenses. And then the Broncos have the number 16 rush offense, which is pretty surprising to me considering they don't run it that much, with 119 per game. And the Bills, pitiful 28th rush defense and that 136 per game, which we saw last week where the Jaguars are really successful, but for whatever reason they wanted to put it on Trevor Lawrence to win that game as much as possible. I mean, at the end you do have to throw it, but they were about 20 yards from being in Little's range, and you had a minute. You probably could have ran a draw or something and picked up like 10 yards because they were getting gashed all fucking day. With this, my key factors, Allen will probably have to be Superman again. Unfortunately, it's going to be on him again. You're not going to be able to rely on Cook. You're going to have to get Superman rushing maybe another 2 times, passing for another 2 times. And then it's another clash of the top rushing offense versus a top rushing defense. Who's going to come out of that alive? You're going to butt heads again. I think the Jaguars came on top of that rushing last week. Other than Josh Allen getting 2 rushing touchdowns, they pretty much contained Cook a lot, like an actual running back. But Allen, got that in there. And then Nix. Is he going to be the game manager where he throws it 50 times a game, but he's only averaging 4 yards per attempt? And they're going against a top passing offense. So is Sean Payton going to be fucking thick-headed and be like, you know what? I don't care. We're still going to pass it 50 times. Harvey, you'll get 12 touches the entire game, and then whoever else will get another 5. And just put it all on Nix because he's hard-headed, he doesn't want to listen, and he's just stubborn. He wants to just throw it 50 times with Nix and have Nix win the game, which against the number 1 pass defense is going to be pretty fucking hard. Trevor Lawrence couldn't do it. He's taller, is a little more athletic than Nix, a little more experience. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
This game is going to come down to, can they contain Josh Allen? And the Broncos, okay, so the Broncos secondary is a lot of Patrick Surtain. Like, he just takes away whole person. Like, your number one, don't even try, because
See,
it's Patrick Surtain.
that's why the Bills have the advantage, because they don't have a number one. They're playing checkers while the Bills are playing chess.
Oh my. So to me,
Ooh, you took Keenan Coleman away. What am I gonna do? Oh my god.
Oh, please no.
Oh no, not Shakir. Oh my god.
But it's going to be interesting because Josh Allen, not only did he lose receivers, but after Davis fumbled during the Jaguar game, he didn't touch the ball. The only two guys that rushed the ball on offense were Cook and Allen. So they're going to be relying even more heavily on those two guys when they have the ball. Not only is Josh Allen, he's been fighting a knee issue, but he got stepped on during the game. He hit his throwing hand off a helmet during the Jaguars game that affected his throwing, and now he's going to go play against the Denver defense that's pretty ferocious. And then Nick Benito, he's got 14 sacks, but he's an all-around linebacker. He's just not like a pure pass rusher. So if their only offense that they really have to truly worry about is if they drop back and then Josh Allen uses his legs to be Superman and extends drives, I would maybe look to see, especially if they're getting home a lot, maybe they fake a blitz with him and just have him sit there and spy. Personally, I think that the Bills have kind of gone as far as they're going to. It took everything that they had before some injuries happened to beat the Jaguars. Now, the Jaguars were probably the hottest team in the NFL up to the point,
Yeah.
but Jaguars had a good chance before that interception to go down and win the game. So I'm kind of going. I'm going to go with Denver here. I'm kind of hoping that it's a good game at this point. Not that I think it's going to be a blowout. I don't think Superman is going to be able to put his cape on this game.
I know you said Allen went to the tent during that game with a knee issue.
Yeah.
He looked okay at the end there. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with his knee because rushing and everything like that.
Yeah.
My thing with this is Josh Allen's best. If he makes it past the Bills, past the Broncos,
yeah.
he might have to play the Patriots again next week or whatever like that. Okay, no fucking third time's around. Here we go. But I think the Bills are going to win this. They are the darlings right now, but also I just see Sean Payton being too fucking stubborn and making Knicks throw the ball 40, 50 times this game, even if they get some big runs on the ground, because he's a stubborn old coach and he wants to run it how he wants to run it. He's not going to fucking listen, because there was games where Harvey was gashing him and he'd only have like 10 carries and that's it. After Dobbins went down, they were just like, we're not running the ball anymore. It's not happening. I don't know if they were trying to save him. I don't know what the fuck they were doing. But
save him for what? I don't know.
I have no fucking idea. This is the perfect game to run the ball 40 times and just not put it on Knicks. And make Josh Allen beat you. But I think Sean Payton's going to be stubborn, and we're going to have a Josh Allen versus Bo Nix duel. And I like Josh Allen 10 times out of 10 out of that duel if we're going head-to-head. I just think Josh Allen, not against Bo Nix, I put him to the modern-day Trent Dilfer, especially in this offense. He's going to get ridden by that defense is going to ride him. But, he's going to ride that defense and take him. But Josh Allen has been here. He knows what it takes. He's not coming out of that game unless he's dead. I'm gonna go Josh Allen and the Bills, baby. On the Bills.
One other note that I'll throw into this: they are playing in Denver, and the air is notoriously thin up there. So, not saying that could be a huge factor, but it's definitely a factor. I mean, Ryan Clark, for fuck's sake, literally couldn't play in Denver because of a health issue, because of the air situation is so thin.
Yeah, it's that elevation. So, that's what it does. I mean, they might have went early to try to get accumulated. I don't know what they did. I mean, this game, I think I would. I'd be like, guys, we're going to go. We're going to get accumulated. We need to. We got to make sure we're at the top of our game, especially get maybe like a week or a couple days to get accumulated to that. Next one. We got round 3, baby. 49ers at the Seahawks. Pew, pew, pew. 49ers coming off the greatest win ever to disappoint an entire fan base, and fuck you guys. 23-19 against the Philadelphia shitty Eagles. And the Seahawks had a first round bye. They were having a nice little vacation. They were nice. Like we mentioned before, lost Kittle. Achilles blew it out. Eagles fans are a piece of shit. Kittle's a great guy. Happy they won. They, if they win this game, will have Fred Warner back next week for the conference game.
Yeah.
That's if they win. He's a week away from coming back. Perfect time to come back from that ankle injury. Who would have thought it happening? Not fucking me. Purdy needs to learn not to throw the fucking ball at the best goddamn corner, especially when he's covering a fucking tight end. That shit annoys me. Right. He don't give a fuck. Those balls. The balls on Purdy to just like, I don't give a fuck who you are, and throw the ball, throw an interception, and just not care is absolutely fucking
brains, but he's got church balls. Yeah.
It's just, they're fucking gigantic. They're this big. These are the balls. Can't even fit them in my mouth. They're so fucking big. The defense is stepping up pretty good right now. They have all those backups, and they have a lot of guys playing for guys. They're playing really well. The Seahawks, well rested. They're overall pretty healthy. They still got a good rotation. They're going to be scary with that 12th man going on. And Sam Darnold, as long as he doesn't see any ghosts and him and JSN still have the connection, the offense is going to be a well-oiled machine. What you got?
So I'm not going to go over what they did, like Seattle did, like overall. I'm not going to go over San Francisco's game last week, even though this man right here, he stepped up to Marcus Robinson.
Yeah.
6 catches, 111 yards, touchdown. This beautiful, beautiful man right here. What I'll do is I'm just going to go over just a little bit of because these two teams are the only two teams this weekend that have played. Everybody else is brand new.
They split that series 1-1. So
yes, and each team won on the other team's feet. So San Francisco, September 7th, went and beat Seattle 17-13. Brock Purdy threw 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. They kept CMC under under 70 yards. Parasol had his best game, 4 catches, 108 yards. Darnold's actually kind of struggled against San Francisco. I'm not going to lie. In 2 games, he's thrown a combined 277 yards, no touchdowns, and 2 turnovers.
Yep.
So can he kind of break that, third time's a charm kind of thing? The one thing that people should not expect from this game is fucking points. So I mentioned that the 17-13 game happened in September. These two teams just played January 3rd, where Seattle, in a dominant fashion, won 13-3. Combined,
all defense.
Easy math, all defense. Combined between the 2 games and these 2 teams, they've combined for 46 total points.
Yep.
So there's going to be a defensive struggle, and you're right. Can JSN not only get yards, because he gets those chunk yards? He's their deep threat. He'll catch the ball for 50 yards, and all of a sudden, like his numbers are exploded. Can he get in the end zone? Because he hasn't scored against San Francisco this year. He's had he's got 15 catches, over 200 yards, but he hasn't scored yet. So can he break through finally, and can they score? This game, honestly, this is the game that I wish they would play first. I don't want to wait to see this game. I literally can't wait.
Well, that's why they made prime time.
I am a breeding slut for a defensive matchup game.
What time is this game? Is this a nighttime game?
I believe this is the Sunday night game, to be honest with you. Let me just check here. My handy dandy. Okay. I lied. This is the Saturday night game.
What time is it at night? Is it 8 o'clock or?
8 o'clock. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, speaking of that, I mean, it doesn't really matter because they're both on the West Coast, though, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They're like 100 miles away from each other.
Yeah, I mean, like that. If it was an East Coast team going over that way, it'd be different. But they're on the same time zone, so it doesn't really matter to them.
Yeah.
With this one, 49ers 55-45 split and pass to run. The Seahawks are your beautiful 50-50 split of pass to run, keeping the ratio as even as you possibly can.
And they're the number 1 seed. Imagine that.
Ah, crazy, right? Imagine
Yeah.
I've been fucking talking about 50-50 split the entire fucking season, and who has a first round bye in the NFC? 50-50 split Seahawks. All right. The 49ers pass offense is 5th with 245 yards per game. The Seahawks pass defense is 10th, giving up 194 per game. The Seahawks offensive pass is 8th with 228 per game, mainly 200 of that coming from JSN a game. And then the 49ers pass defense is a dismal 25th, giving up 232 per game. So Darnold has struggled with them, which is crazy because this pass defense is very susceptible. I think the only reason why he hasn't been able to gash him is because Robert Saleh is a fucking amazing defensive coach. I think if he was anywhere else besides the Jets, he would have been very successful as a head coach. For the love of God, great guy, coaches his guys. If anyone gets coordinator of the year, or at least defense coordinator, it should be Saleh what he's done with that fucking defense, keeping them and getting them in the fucking playoffs the way they are. The 49ers rush offense is 24th, having 107 yards per game. And the Seahawks defense is 3rd, giving up 92 yards per game. And then the Seahawks rushing offense is 10th with 123 yards per game. And the 49ers rush defense is 11th with 108 yards per game. Overall, the only thing that really separates them is that Seahawks pass offense versus the 49ers pass defense. But as we've seen in the past 2 games, that doesn't fucking matter. A lot of this, when it comes to the 50-50s and like this defense versus that offense, you might be able to throw it out in this game just because these guys are division rivals. They see each other twice a year. They've already played twice this year. They already have a good idea what the other team's going to do. Honestly, if I'm going into Seattle, I already know what the fuck they're going to do. I'm only worried about taking JSN off the fucking field. And then I'm worried about JSN and then the running backs. That's it. If they try to pass it and I take JSN away only, I feel very confident in my chances of
Everything else is manageable. Yeah.
Like, that to me is the biggest factor. Are they going to be able to take JSN away from Darnold? He's his first read, sometimes his only read, and then it's done. They take him away, that pass defense of giving up 230 yards per game isn't going to fucking matter. With this one, like I said before, close games. They split it 1-1. Like you said, it was a different. They took each other's home field. Nobody won at home. It didn't matter. Here you go. Darnold, JSN. Like I said, if they continue that connection, it's going to be trouble for the 49ers. But if they take him away, it's going to make their day a lot easier and keep that close game, maybe fucking 13-10 score. You know, it's going to be a close-ass game that you take JSN off the board.
Nobody's reached 20 yet, so.
It's true. 49ers get a pass rush. They get a pass rush on Darnold. That's when the ghosts come in. Also makes your day a lot easier. Because we saw with the Vikings last year what happened. I gave him his flowers during the season, but we have seen it come into play in those big games. Like he played against the Rams the first time, blew that one. The second time, they were blowing it, and they got lucky, and the Rams decided to take the foot off the gas. And then every time he plays the 49ers, he hasn't thrown a touchdown pass. He's not doing what needs to be done. And will the 49ers have Pearsall this week? Pearsall will change the offense. Whether he's just a gadget guy or whatever it is, if he can be on the field and they use him in motion or however it is, that gives Purdy another option. Pearsall didn't play in that last game that they played. Trent Williams didn't play in that last game that they played. Trent Williams is back. Can Pearsall come back? Yeah, they lost Kittle. Tonjes is solid. He will fill in for Kittle. Yeah. I'm not too worried about that, especially what he's shown on the field and how he filled in when Kittle went down earlier in the year. The one thing that they need right now is Pearsall to be on the field because, yeah, the man behind you did an amazing job. That's great. I think Pearsall being out there, having him out there, and then I don't even care about fucking Jennings. I don't even like Jennings. I really don't give a shit about Jennings. I don't think he's that great. I think he's more of a talker than he is a player because he ain't that fucking good. But Pearsall being out there is your game difference for that offense actually being wide open. Do you have any news on Pearsall, or what do you think on this?
And so I just looked. Him and Gross Matos are questionable for this game.
Okay.
So
Pearsall was a game time decision last week.
Right. Didn't play. Didn't practice. So
but they didn't rule him out until the game. Until like right before the game. Then he was out, and then that's when they did it.
So to me, if it was bad enough where he was a game time decision. They decided, no, we're not going to push it. He rested that game. He's rested all week. To me, he's going to play this week. I can't say that for certain. Uncle John didn't call me and say, hey, I heard last week you leaked about Trent Williams. I'm not telling you any more shit. I said, Uncle John, please. He said no.
Yeah, I
But
mean, it's the PCL though. It's the same thing Bowers had to deal with, and they had to take him off the
yeah,
field for a couple weeks. They did it for Pearsall, but then he banged it up again when he got back in. Is that something that he really needs the offseason to rest? Maybe some scoping
yeah.
in there, maybe see what's going on, maybe like a minor repair because it's not horrible that he can't play and he's on IR, but there's something going
Right.
on. He needs some rest. He needs to get that knee nice and healthy for next year.
Give him an injection. Put him on a pitch count.
Yeah, of
Maybe
course,
only
John.
put him in when you're in the red. Maybe between the 20s, keep him off, or
Well,
maybe have him
they
in
got to
like two
get
plays.
between the 20s to worry about that.
Yeah,
And as we see in these games, that's a lot harder than you fucking make it sound.
it is. I mean, it really is. But I mean, if your
Ambitious.
offense is struggling that much, maybe play him a little bit more. I'm saying you can't march him out there and expect him to play 50 of the 60 whatever plays you're doing.
Yeah.
So, um, this, like I said, I kind of want to just enjoy this game. But if I have to pick, I mean, we picked San Francisco together last week, but I kind of feel like I wouldn't have picked San Francisco if we're playing anybody other than the Eagles. I'm I'm gonna go with. This is difficult. If Sam Darnold is truly the MVP, then he'll elevate Seattle over San Francisco. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to take Seattle because, like you said in the very beginning, Brock Purdy likes to throw directly at the number one corner, and it's bit him.
Those fucking balls.
He does, but he's going against an offense that won't run 43% curls. So
That's true. Yeah, that stat I sent you, they ran however many hitches.
It was crazy.
It was
Yeah,
fucking
hitches, that's right.
insane. Absolutely insane. I hear a lot of that has to do with Jalen Hurts and him being able to actually do an offense. So there's that.
Yeah.
I am going to pick the 49ers, not only because you picked the Seahawks, but I'm picking the 49ers because of Robert Saleh. I just feel like he's had 2 shots at Darnold. He's had 2 shots at this offense. He's not a coach that you want to give a third. I'm an offensive guy. I love offense. I understand offense so much better, which makes me understand defense because I look at the defense as if I was as if I was a quarterback or trying to build like, oh, this is the defense I would run because they would try to do this. And that's the only reason why I kind of understand defense as well. But Saleh is a amazing defensive coordinator. Yeah. Honestly, he deserves another another shot as a head coach. Not with the fucking Jets. Nobody deserves a shot with the Jets. The Jets just need to be sold and moved and just start the fuck over. I don't even care what the hell they do. They're going to run into the fucking ground. But I'm solely picking them because of Robert Saleh. Yeah, they have a lot of backups going on in that defense and a lot of injuries. But he's already had 2 shots at Darnold. He sees what he can do to Darnold. He knows how to rattle Darnold. I think he pulls out some stuff this week and he gets in his head. So I'm going to go 49ers.
I will make one side note, not necessarily about the game, but I have already clinched our Pick'em championship.
We'll
go
over that. Just shut up. We'll go on later. We'll go on later. Next game, Texans at Patriots. Texans coming off the only blowout win of the wild card series, 30-6 against the Steelers. And then the Patriots coming off a close win, 16-3 against the Chargers. Honestly, the Texans win is more in the defense than it is the offense. Stroud struggled.
Yeah.
The offense was not great. Nico Collins.
That's putting it very nicely.
Nico Collins might be out this game with a concussion. It did not look good. So will it be the Kirk show again with 144 fucking yards, which is absolutely insane. This is going to be the defense's biggest test as well, especially with this offense the way the Patriots have. The Patriots, Drake May was making amazing throws. You saw the one to Henry that went right over the fingertips of fucking Derwin James, right in the touchdown. You cannot throw a better pass than that. It was so perfect. It was absolutely perfect. And they absolutely murdered Herbert. They got to him 6 times. They pressured him 900 times. I've never seen a quarterback so ready for the offseason in my entire life. He's going to take
Yeah.
an ice bath for the next 12 months. It was, oh my
Yeah.
God. They need to fix the offensive line. They need to go the Cowboys route and draft offensive linemen in the first round and just fucking figure that out from there. Yeah, they lost both their tackles, but you got to solidify that inside after this because clearly nobody's fucking blocking on that fucking offensive line for the Chargers. And the Patriots made sure that no one was fucking blocking. What do you got for us?
All right. So again, these teams haven't played yet this year. CJ Stroud. I say it every week. You know, I love my Buckeyes, but CJ Stroud is not good at football.
You know,
I'm
he was
sorry.
being a
I'm
cocky
sorry.
dick to the fucking fans when he was going. He's
Oh,
like, "Oh, you mad? You mad?
horrible.
Stroud,
Are
you were
you
fucking
mad?
horrible. You are
Yeah.
not the reason you guys
Potentially
won."
potentially five turnovers. And it wasn't even like he threw a 50-50 ball, it got tipped, or he just made one bad read. It was, and then it just came squirting out of his hand. And then he just sat there like, oh shit, that was bad, man.
Dude, if the
Like,
Steelers
dude,
had a
like, my
competent play
God.
caller that would
100%.
call certain plays, like rather than, all right, we're only gonna call every play is gonna be 3 yards or less, and that's what we're gonna do. Oh, we're down 11.
Mm-hmm.
All right, every play is 40 yards or more or nothing. If you have a competent play caller with the Steelers, they win that game because of how much Stroud was giving them the fucking ball.
Yes. Oh yes. That defense bailed them out so bad. I just think I have to get off of Stroud. But Woody Marks did have his first 100-yard game of the year. 112 yards on 19 carries for a touchdown. I would say a good chunk of that came when Steelers defense was already so tired
They
and
were
just
dead.
beaten up on.
They're dead.
They were horrible. Christian Kirk 144 yards and a touchdown, 12 hits, like we said, 4 sacks, 2 touchdowns. Uh, it was dominant to a point. Like they kept him in that game so much. And then you're talking about New England, Drake May with his beautiful pass.
Oof.
He just didn't turn the ball over, and he did all of the right things
He used his legs
that
too.
they needed.
He led them in
Yeah.
rushing.
Oh, he was. Yeah, 66 yards rushing
Yeah.
to go on top of 268 through the air. So he was a really, really good chunk of their offense. And the crazy part is Diggs didn't do much of anything during this game. Stevenson was their leading receiver, 3 catches, 75 yards.
Mm-hmm.
This game, unfortunately, I mean, this is still a good game, but I kind of feel like New England is going to be able to do what the Steelers didn't, and they are going to put the Texans away by third quarter. I'd say that's close by the half. I don't trust Stroud. I don't know anybody who can. I am a diehard. You can attest this. I'm a diehard Ohio State fan. I will die defending them on a lot of things. But how can you objectively look at Stroud's performance and think that it's not going to continue when you go up against a better defense? Like I don't understand how you can rationalize that it's going to get better. So I'm going to go with the Patriots on this one.
Yeah, speaking of better defense, and the pass rush, Texans 56-44, Patriots 52-48. The Texans pass offense is 14th with 218 per game, and the Patriots defense is 9th with 194 per game. So that's Stroud having a long day. Stroud's going to have a long day. Yeah. Gonzalez needs to stay healthy for them. Keeps getting banged up. I don't know if he's back. I know he got banged up in the game. I don't know if he came back in or what's going on with him. That's something to watch, though, because he can take away your number one, which they might not have a number one this week because Nico Collins might be out, which will make it even fucking harder. You got to run with two rookie wide receivers. Christian Kirk, who gets banged up too. Who's your leading receiver? Dalton Schultz? Whatever.
But that's what I mean. Like, and going into this game, people are like, the Texans can't run. They haven't been able to run all year. So they did, and they had an anomaly with a 100-yard rusher. They were actually able to run
because the Steelers were on the field 95% of the time with their defense. No shit. I'm too fucking tired to play out here. You're going to fucking bully me. What do you want me to do? Patriots offense is 4th with 251 per game, and the Texans pass defense is 6th with 185 per game. So containing Drake May right there is going to be key to be able to keep them in the game. Now the Texans rush offense, like we said, anomaly, 22nd with 109 yards per game. down there in the bottom of the league. Patriots rush defense is 6th, averaging 102 yards per game. So even if they give up that average, the Texans are still falling in that bottom half, bottom third of the league in rushing yards per game. And the Patriots rushing offense, 6th with 130 per game. But the Texans rush defense is 4th, 94 yards per game. The Texans defense is stout. That's going to be the problem for the Patriots. Are they going to be able to get the run game going? Didn't really need it last week. It fell on Drake May. Is Drake May going to be able to do a Superman like Josh Allen against this amazing defense? And that's one of the key factors I have is Drake May avoiding the rush. Can he avoid the rush? Can he get out of the pocket, rush for another 60 yards or something like that this game? Really extend the plays, make those throws that he did. Stroud for the Texans is him limiting mistakes. He made mistakes, a lot of them last game against a Steelers defense that is not great. They were not great statistically, did not have great. They came on later in the year. TJ Watt coming back really helped, but they weren't great. And he's dropping the ball. He's not making the right reads, not doing anything. Without Nico Collins, it's gonna be even harder.
Right.
And it really might be who can establish that ground game. And I trust the Patriots to establish the ground game, to control the game. I don't know if they're gonna be put away by the third quarter. I think the game stays close until at least the fourth, just because of the Texans defense. It's not going to be Stroud. They might get him one play, 2 play or something like that. Like, oh my God, here we go. Stroud did amazing. He made one throw for 80 yards and went for a touchdown, and then he throws 2 picks and fumbles the ball. I'm going to go Patriots on this one too. I don't trust Stroud. I try to go, honestly, when it's like a toss-up for me, like in the playoffs, it's like a complete toss-up, especially because the teams deserve to be here. I usually bring it down to who's the better quarterback and who's better at decision-making. The last game came down to the defensive coordinator, for Christ's sakes. I was like, it's Robert Saleh is my guy here because Sam Darnold hasn't done shit. Brock Purdy don't give a fuck with those giant balls. So I had to take it to who's a better coordinator. Yeah, the Seahawks have a great coordinator, but Robert Saleh to me is one of the greatest defense coordinators in the league right now. And I think him seeing Sam Darnold and Darnold not having the balls that fucking Purdy has, I can tell you that fucking much. That's why I want them. This one's just straight up quarterback, and May is playing MVP caliber right now. And Stroud is average, maybe below average. I don't know. He's not great.
And that's the thing. These people on ESPN and all this other shit, dude, talk about, can the Patriots O-line hold up against the pass rush? That's a very, very valid question and thought. But there's something that the Steelers didn't do for whatever reason, and I think the Patriots will do. I think Vrabel's smart enough. I think they have the tools to do so. Now, how do you stop a great pass rush? Well, either quick passes, a good running game, or the screen game. So if you have Trayvon Henderson, you have Stevenson in the backfield, and the Texans are getting home, why wouldn't you throw a couple screens in there to slow down that pass rush? All of a sudden, they're not getting to Drake May, and plays are given time to develop downfield. And just like the Steelers, if that defense is out there for so long, they're going to get tired. I don't care who you are. You're going to get tired eventually.
Yeah.
So I think that could be just mitigated right there. There's just no mitigating a quarterback that can't make good decisions.
Well, one of the other factors, too, is something the Steelers did not attack, which is the linebackers for the Texans. They give up a lot of catches and yards to tight ends. Steelers didn't use their fucking tight ends. They have a good tight end in Freiermuth. For whatever reason, don't want to fucking use him. Arthur Smith would rather put Jonnu Smith in the backfield and give him a carry rather than use him at fucking tight end. Why trade for a tight end if you use him as a halfback? You drafted a halfback this year and you didn't fucking use him, but using a tight end instead?
Yeah.
Tell me you're retarded without telling me you're retarded.
And Caleb Johnson's been MIA since he fumbled that kickoff return early in the season.
Give him a fucking chance. Like, Jesus Christ, Stevenson still has a job and he fumbles every other game. Holy fuck! And they're in the next round. Look at that one. Crazy thought there.
Every other game, every other carry.
Fucking crazy. But that's one of the areas that the Steelers fucked up. Is the Texans give up a lot of catches and a lot of yards to tight ends. Who loves to use their tight end? Drake May. Patriots love using Hunter Henry. So it's going to come into that too. I mean, dump it off. There you go. Yeah, they have good linebackers, but that's where they're susceptible. Petrie in that nickel, he'll read those screens. He'll get it on the ball fast, everything like that. You can get him with his aggressiveness, maybe on a double move or something, but your areas where you want that middle of the field is kind of where they're going to be most susceptible. And it's where the Steelers didn't attack. They all went outside the numbers, underneath, 3 yards or less. It was a horrible game plan. It's like they've never seen the fucking Texans play. I don't understand what happened there, Arthur Smith. Fucking explain to me how you still have a job. But that's, I think, the way May's playing, the way Patriots are operating, I can't go against them. I just don't trust Stroud. I just don't. I don't. Our final game is the Rams at the Bears. The Bears. Oh, the Bears. Roar. I'm a bear. Roar. Anyways, the Rams coming off a win 34-31 against the Panthers, which is a lot closer than me and probably a lot of people thought it was going to be. And then the Bears coming off a win that the Packers wanted them to have of 31-27. Now, the Rams, like I said, a lot fucking closer than everyone thought it was going to be with the Panthers. Don't know what's going on with the defense. They need to tighten it up right there because Bryce Young was making some plays. I don't think they did great with letting up the run, but they were letting up a lot of passes, and they were kind of keeping the game where they didn't want it to be. They had to win the game in under 2 minutes. They had to do a 2-minute drive just to win that game. They scored with like 30 seconds left, and then the Panthers decided to only bomb the ball every play after that instead of work the field somehow. They were like, well, Arthur Smith said 40 yards or more, and he's a great coach, so we're going to take his advice. Stafford, though, he missed on a couple throws at Devontae Adams. They were a little high. Overall, though, he got it done, what he needs to do. The Bears, Williams is still ass. Got bailed out by the Packers play call in the second half. Packers had the fucking game at halftime. They had the fucking game.
Yes.
They had the fucking game all of the third quarter. Don't know what the fuck happened. That fucking play call was absolutely horrible. The offense was absolutely horrible. Don't know what the fuck's going on there. So great in the first half, and then you just suck in the second. I don't know. They got to get the run game going. Don't rely on Williams. It might be a little hard this week, but you're going to have to fucking do it. You need to rely on that run game with Monangai and Swift. Don't let Williams throw the ball 40 times because you're not playing the Packers every fucking week that'll let Williams throw the ball 40 times and it'll work in the end for whatever fucking reason. And then the defense, boom or bust. I mean, they were more bust last week and they still fucking won. I'm not very high on the Bears if you couldn't tell. And mainly because Williams. What do you got for us?
Yeah, Stafford, 24-42, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Kyron Williams was their leading rusher with 57 yards. Stop me if you heard this one, but Puka Nacua led the Rams in receiving.
What?
Pretty poultry game. 10 catches, 111 yards, and a touchdown. Defensively, they hit the quarterback 8 times, had a sack. Pretty average for them. And then, as far as the Bears are concerned, this is something I don't understand. We said it last week. This is definitely something that can be seen on film. And if we're saying it, then these fucking geniuses getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions, should be able to fucking see it as well. Do not blitz Caleb Williams. Let this dude sit in the fucking pocket and let him try to read a defense. Because you know what? He's fucking Helen Keller.
Yep.
He's the male version of Helen Keller. He can't do shit except improvise. Take a look at that last drive. The Packers finally got some pressure. They made him roll out of the pocket. And look at the one that was 25, 30 yards downfield. He's rolling.
That was a great pass. That was a great pass.
It was a great
horrible
pass.
Blown coverage.
Yeah.
Great pass.
Yes. But he's still, even at that, this dude's 50% completion percentage. He is ass when you make him stand in the pocket and throw the ball.
Did you see that last touchdown pass that he made? That fake screen and then the bomb.
And
they zoomed in on his face. I'd like to know what the fuck the defense was reading because, yeah, it was a fake screen. He pumped it. But, the screen's down here. His eyes are on Moore the entire time. He never even, faked it like this. He was like, oh, okay. Never took his eyes off him. If you're a safety and you're in zone like they were, how do you not see that? You're reading the quarterback. He's staring down Moore the entire time. He never even looked at the screen. That's an easy pick. That's an easy pick to end the game. Full retard.
100%. Yeah, you can kind of see the receivers at the bottom of the screen, and the way that they were bunched, I'm like, okay, then maybe this is some rub route or maybe a little zip route from the outside to get back, get 6-7 yards to get closer and get out of bounds. But no, as soon as you saw the motions and you saw somebody dip underneath, I'm like, this is going to be a bomb. They're going to throw this thing deep. And sure as shit, Caleb Williams was staring him down like a 40-year-old pervert on the beach seeing a fucking 19-year-old girl in a bikini.
Ooh, come here,
He
pretty
could not
lady.
take his fucking eyes.
He did
Like
it.
it was, no, he didn't.
He
It
was
was
using
so
his X-ray.
stupid.
He
And
was
then he
like,
was
"Oh, look at
wide
that
open.
big ass going."
Exactly. So rush four. It's not like the Rams have to blitz to create a pass rush with Brandon Fisk and Jared Verse and all the plethora of guys that they have to get to the quarterback. Rush four, have 7 sit in coverage, and make this fucking guy beat you with his arm and his mind because he's not going to be able to do it. I swear to goddamn Christ, he can't do it. So I don't know if you could tell where I'm leading with this game. But the Rams can run the ball, whether it's going to be with Kyron Williams or Blake Corum. But I think together they'll be able to do enough on the ground to keep Chicago honest. You still have Puka, you still have Tyler Higbee, you still have Devontae Adams, you still have Stafford, Super Bowl winning quarterback. I don't care if this game is in Chicago. I don't care that it's going to be cold. I don't care that it's going to be in at night. I really don't care Stafford's record because honestly, Stafford is garbage when it comes to cold weather games. He really is. He's garbage. But I think he's got enough around him, and I think that Caleb Williams is going to be a lot like C.J. Stroud, where you can't trust him. You're going to have to just kind of take the ball out of his hands, like you said, to try and win this game. And I don't think they can do it against the Rams. I think it's going to be an all NFC West NFC Championship.
Well, I mean, if they win, there's no choice because the other two are NFC West.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So with this one, Rams are 57-43 pass to run, Bears 54-46. The Rams have the number one pass offense with 268 per game. Bears defense is 22nd, giving up 227. The Bears pass offense is 10th, 225. The Rams defense is 19th, giving up 217. The Rams rushing offense is 7th with 127 per game. The Bears rush defense is 27th, giving up 135 per game. The Bears rush offense is 3rd, going for 144 per game, but the Rams rush defense is 12th, giving up 111 per game. See, I got all those right this week. I answered it the right way.
I'm proud of you, son.
Thank you. So, it's funny that you bring up Williams out of the pocket because one of my key factors is the Rams containing Williams. Keep him in the pocket. Don't let him get out. You keep him in the pocket. You do this stuff. You can't make these plays. You can't have time to extend them. He has to get the ball out within that 3-4 second max window or it's collapsing on him. That's what they need to do. The Rams, if they could keep Stafford upright, it's gonna be nice. You have Puka, you have Adams, it's gonna be okay. But you did bring up Stafford being shitty in the weather, and dome teams are 1-15 this year in cold weather. 1-15. Now, the only thing that has going for the Rams right now is that it's a night game. It's Sunday night. 8 o'clock. Their time frame is going to be around 6 o'clock, their bodies. So they're kind of within that prime time window of where you want your bodies to play. And it might be whatever team collapses first. The defense. Is the Bears defense going to boom or bust? If they boom, to me, unfortunately, the Rams are showing weakness. Having that close game with the Panthers, a team that everyone said did not deserve to be in the playoffs. You have a 5-foot quarterback. You have one wide receiver that you don't fucking use. The defense is susceptible. And they still put up 31 points. And it took a 2-minute drive for the Rams to win. They almost lost to the Panthers. They were a bad pass or a fumble or anything away from losing to the fucking Panthers. They needed a touchdown. Because they only won by 3. They needed a fucking touchdown to beat the fucking Panthers. I hate Caleb Williams.
You really gonna?
I
was saying, you gonna side with Caleb?
I fucking hate Caleb Williams. But this would be an upset. This would be probably the biggest upset in the playoffs right now. I don't think any of the teams that actually won last week was an upset. I don't think the 49ers was a huge upset. I mean, you can look at it whatever you want. They're playing well. Steelers, I picked them, but the Texans they should have won anyways. Like, it's whatever. Rams should have won anyways. Seahawks had a bye. Broncos had a bye. I didn't see any true upsets last week that wowed me of like, wow, I think you get one right here.
Okay.
I want to pick the Rams, but I'm gonna go with the statistics. Stafford's bad in the cold. Dome teams are bad in the cold. Yeah, they're in that prime time window of, you want to be between like 4 and 6 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Well, they're at the end of that window at 6 o'clock. We're starting the game to probably around 8:30, so you're looking at 6:30. They're going to fall out of that window, and everything's going to be even by the time it's halftime anyways. But with the weather it's supposed to be, Bears' ability to come back as long as you make some shitty play calls, on defense. The Bears shouldn't be here. I mean, they were the better team last week anyways, though. The Packers would have been the upset because they were the last seed and shit like that. But I think we get our first true upset right here, and it's going to be the Bears. Unfortunately, Caleb Williams is going to be a game away from the Super Bowl.
That is 3 out of the 4 we're going to be different on. Speaking of that, I went 5-1 this week. The only one I got wrong was the fucking Jaguars. Fuck you, Jacksonville. And you went 4-2.
You had Superman here. I mean, listen, the Packers should have fucking won. That's on fucking Matt LaFleur, who's getting a fucking extension for whatever reason. Mm-hmm. Don't ask me.
So overall, I'm 170, 106-1. Clinched the championship. Thank you all for playing. You are 162, 115-1. So now we're just doing this for funsies. And you know what my favorite part of this whole rest of the playoff is? If the Rams do lose, we're going to have a quarterback winning his first Super Bowl.
Which would be cool. The NFL script is leading that way. So
Yeah, that's true. But that's all I got for you this week, son.
I don't have anything else. This was going to be a short one, like we said. The next one's going to be even shorter. They're just going to keep getting shorter from here.
That's what she said.
We'll find some fillers in for the Super Bowl one. I can tell you that fucking much. So, anything to our adoring 5-6 fans we have?
Yeah, we love every single one of you that we could probably name if we wanted to, but we're not going to. We'll keep it all a mystery. No, we appreciate everyone who does follow, share, like, watch, give us all this feedback. It's just, like I said, it's been a blast, but it's going to just keep going up, baby.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for watching, listening, sharing, subscribing, whatever it is you guys do. Please keep doing it because we're going to keep doing this. We're coming to an end of our first season of Up the Gut, and we're going to get into our favorite part of the entire season, the off season. Honestly, I love the off season. I love the moves. I love the draft. I have become, I've actually fell in love with watching the combine and breaking down these prospects and everything. It's one of my favorite parts now. So you guys keep doing what you're doing. We're going to keep doing what we're doing. And then we're going to be back next week with another episode of Up the Gun. Bye. I love you guys. You guys are beautiful.